What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers 4. So by the time I post this video, it will be 2019. So happy New Year's Day, I guess I could say. Warhead. So I'm going to go over some leaks that came on Reddit and 4chan over the last few days, as this channel's kind of built around news-based information like that. So I think it will be quite interesting to go over these potential plot leaks, but please take it with a pinch of salt, which means the same thing as a grain of salt in America, I guess you could say, because they are pretty funny, and although some of them could be true, some of them are a bit far-fetched. So let's get into it. So black screen, voices talking about balance of the universe. Doctor Strange is met by the Living Tribunal on a strange dimension. It claims there is a great threat that needs fixed. People assume LT is talking about the snap. Ant-Man wakes up in the past, meets Hank Pym, who never met him. They work with the Avengers in the Battle of New York. Meanwhile, Captain America and Thor meet up with Captain Marvel and Hela, who is in hell, and raise an army of the undead as guardians to avenge the snap victims. Now, this last line does correspond with some potential behind-the-scenes images. So that line could potentially be true. Thanos kills them all easily when they all jump on him. Bruce and Nat meet up with Clint, now going by the name Ronin. Stark and Nebula arrive and greet them. Rocket and Nebula share a moment. Meanwhile, in New York, Thor and Loki are about to blast off. They are met by Eternity, interesting, who claims something happens in the future and explains Thanos and the snap. Past Stark then creates a gauntlet with the help of Hank Pym. Ant-Man goes to the future through the quantum realm to bring the gauntlet to the present time. Thanos goes to Earth to meet Nebula. He senses something is off. He looks at both Eternity and Stark and goes a bit wonky. Banner, to save his friends, becomes the Hulk. Ant-Man arrives. Thanos kills everyone except Hulk and Ronin. Hulk uses the Stark gauntlet to fight Thanos. Ronin cuts Thanos' head off. Okay, so this is the first act. Okay, yeah, we've got to keep going because this is kind of interesting so far. Doctor Strange meets up with another version of Thanos and Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel doesn't do anything. Out of nowhere, Crossbones is attacking Captain America. Sam Bucky. Mordo is helping Crossbones, and they are getting the upper hand until Rescue, aka Pepper Potts, saves them and both baddies run away. Doctor Strange and Thanos work together to fix the time continuum and stop the present Thanos. Wow, there is multiple versions of Thanos. There's a version of Thanos that works with Doctor Strange to fix the time continuum. Right, let's go on. Strange and Thanos meet with Red Skull. Gamora is with him. She blames Thanos for everything being up. Red Skull claims someone else is using the stones for evil and never seen before in any universe, hence the Living Tribunal and the Celestials deciding to join up. Hulk tries to use the gauntlet to undo the snap, but messes everything up. Universe ends. Captain America and Rescue are trying to figure out what happened to Tony. No one knows. Captain Marvel appears and claims everything is messed up. Nick Fury explains they're in a different dimension. Doctor Strange finds a second gauntlet with Hulk attached to it. They all meet up with the version of Captain America and Rescue. Thanos decides to try and take the gauntlet for himself. A huge battle emerges with Thor, Loki and Hela and Odin show up and kick Thanos' ass. That could be so true, because Odin with Odin Force would absolutely annihilate anyone, even before you factor in Hela. Captain Marvel claims something is off. Army of Ultrons out of nowhere, led by Hank Pym, to try and get the gauntlet. Ant-Man appears, coming back into the past again. This time he gets the flashback and previous memories, possibly by someone in the quantum realm. He goes to show the Avengers headquarters when these flashbacks tell him to send a message to space. Halfway through the movie, Thanos dies again. Odin uses the gauntlet and time and space. Tony Stark is in space. The trailer scene, he sends a message to Pepper. He is heading towards nothingness. Nebula is not with him. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Avengers meet up with Captain Marvel, who knows something is off and decides to meet the Living Tribunal with the company of Doctor Strange. Strange feels something's off as they didn't finish the mission or something. Spider-Man hugs Tony, but also senses something is wrong. Things get messed up and weird, so you guys better prepare yourself. Okay, so this is the last act on this supposed plot leak, and this gets absolutely insane. Strange and Captain Marvel meet up with a big guy. Stan Lee's cameo as the Beyonder. Wow, the Beyonder can literally do anything he imagines. He says something about death and of being a true hero. It's a shed tear moment, and if Disney knew what they were going to happen, they are met by Tony Stark in the ship that's in the first trailer for Avengers 4. Stark rejoices when he meets Strange. If you are here, who is with the Avengers? They go back there. Apparently there are 2 Tony Starks, and one of them is Eternity. Tony Stark's ship kept on going until he met the Celestials, and they gave him the power to undo the Thanos snap. He becomes immortal and goes through time trying to undo all the heroes instead, claiming the cost is too high. Stark becomes known as Kang the Conqueror after he starts destroying the space-time continuum. At this point, he is attacked by Crossbones and Mordo, and they have Ronin with them, and Marvel and the Ancient One. They reveal they are trying to resurrect Thanos to end Kang's plans. Climax of the movie is all the characters in the MCU versus Kang the Conqueror. You think Thanos fight was amazing, you just wait. Odin teaming up with Rescue, Captain Marvel, the original Wasp, to throw a blast that rips time and space. Captain America finds out that there is only one way to stop Kang, and Doctor Strange agrees that they have to kill the original Tony Stark. Captain Marvel fights everyone, almost trying to protect Tony. Tony cries in Steve's arms. Vision and Ant-Man get the stones from Kang. All characters get 1 stone. Odin gets the reality, Hank Pym gets the mind, Ancient One gets time, and Peter Quill gets the power stone. Captain Marvel gets the space stone. Doctor Strange gets the soul stone. Tony sacrifices himself by getting Iron Man inside Kang with his gauntlet and funnel the power of the stones to the end Kang once and for all. All is finally over. Pepper tells Steve she's with child. Spider-Man has a strange kind of Groot moment. Odin thanks Strange. Whoa. Whoa. I mean, seriously. This is kind of similar to the plot leak we went over a long time ago, to be honest, but this isn't even the crazy bit. Okay, first impressions are, where is the Loki bit? And then you read the next bit, and this is absolutely insane, guys. So, the Living Tribunal and Stan Lee thank the Avengers. Some bad guy group up and go away. Captain America finally says Avengers Assemble with the whole cast in front of him. Now, this is where it gets absolutely insane. First one comes right off the cast. Ulysses Claus, Crossbones, Mordo and Loki meet up with a hooded figure. Hooded figure says he requires the Infinity Stone. He turns around, it's Ultron mid-credit scene. Living Tribunal and the Celestials are judging Thanos. They all stop when someone says they were blind to the real threat. Now guys, this is really gonna make you laugh, right? Keanu Reeves appears as Adam Warlock, okay? You know the fake images going around of Keanu Reeves being Wolverine because he said he'd rather play Wolverine than Batman? Well, it literally says Keanu Reeves is Adam Warlock, which would make more sense than him actually playing, you know, Wolverine. Peter Parker finds out someone stole something from Iron Man and is going after this mysterious character, which does coincide with the Spider-Man Far From Home plot. But realistically, I think someone's just kind of played out a pretty interesting kind of, you know, storyline. But what's interesting is the plot details with this. Apparently, this is from someone that worked on the VFX for the movie, so it's unverified and it was taken down, but that doesn't really mean anything. And there is another plot leak which makes more sense than this one, so let's go over the next one. Only Hawkeye's daughter was lost in the decimation, creating a rift between him and his wife. This is the catalyst for him taking on the Ronin identity. He is doing private mercenary work for an enemy of the Yakuza. We already know this. Nebula will have a significant role. We already know this. Marvel has in place legally to include elements that allude to the story made possible by the Fox acquisition. They are prepared for small last-minute pickups, nothing major. This is standard. The original Thor hammer will make an appearance wielded by both Thor and Captain America. Vision will return in some kind of state, similar to an early state in Age of Ultron. He will be brighter version. Okay, we've seen the images of the kind of gold, silverish version looking of him. Wish fulfillment scenario will be deployed in one way or another in an epilogue of sorts where we see things as they settle on a new Asgard, the wedding of Tony and Pepper, Wanda and Vision rebuilding their relationship, a scene reminiscent of The Lion King where T'Challa is once again crowned King of Wakanda. There are some seeds planted for a future storyline, as well for things as Ant-Man and Doctor Strange sequels by the way of the characters' interactions. Okay, that bit kind of makes sense. Tony Stark's arc heavily mirrors the event of Iron Man 1, where the obvious parallels between the spaceship and the cave. Yeah, okay, we've already seen that in the first trailer. Peter Quill does not return to Earth in this movie. That's kind of strange because Peter Quill's from Earth originally. I guess you could say he was born there before he was taken to Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and he's not going to come back to Earth ever. I'm not buying that. The stones are not destroyed, but rather scattered to be guarded by the most vigilant and powerful being, something of an infinity watch there is to leave the door open for a future use of the stones. Now this is where it's wrong, right guys, because they're not going to have the infinity stones over Avengers 3 and 4 then come back to them at a later date, and nah, that's not going to happen. So I don't really believe that part. More character driven, Infinity War primarily to get rid of the large scale action out of the way, so you won't see a lot of faceless armies like in Battle of Wakanda. That makes sense. The conflicting report of time travel due to unclear nature of its usage. The film will traverse different events throughout the MCU using it to its tool of circumstances, resurrections, but not too heavy continuous stuff like the Bath stuff, like the BTTF apparently. So that is the two different plot leaks. I mean, some of it could be true, some of it probably isn't true, but you know, you guys seem to love me going over these plot leaks, and you know, last time we went over plot leak for Avengers Infinity War, it turned out to be mostly true. So hopefully you had a new year, a happy New Year's Eve, obviously the 31st of December going through to 1st of January. So I'd like to make this bonus video. I didn't really plan to make this video, but I came across these on Reddit and 4chan and thought they were very interesting. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below, what would you like to happen the most out of everything that happens? No, I'm not expecting Odin to team up with Hela and Thor, although that would be pretty badass. I'm not expecting Ronin to actually kill Thanos. I'm not expecting to see a multiverse version of Thanos, although that's not really a situation that I ever thought about. Having a different version of Thanos that teams up with Doctor Strange to kind of fix the time continuum is a very compelling and interesting story. But it is very interesting. But let me know, guys. I mean, I know how most of you are going to respond in the comment section, but I'm just going over certain stuff. I will leave the link in the description for both the leaks if you guys want to check them out, as I do find this kind of stuff interesting, and it just brings a different kind of video to you guys. Anyway, if you do want to enter the competition for the 50,000 subscriber Infinity Hasbro Gauntlet, I will be giving it away on Friday now. I've extended it. All you got to do is comment down below what is going on in Avengers 4. Do you think anything I went over in this video is actually true? Potential leak. I just think it's interesting. I love doing videos like this because they're so fun to think and see what people are saying. Apparently it's from someone that worked on the VFX, but to be honest, a person that worked on the VFX wouldn't actually get kind of access to the full movie. I mean, it's the second time they've said that Tony Stark is going to become Kang the Conqueror. Instead of this time, they're going down the path that Tony Stark's going to die and not Captain America, which could actually happen. I'm not really sure, guys. Very interesting. Would love to know everything you think down below. Let me know all your ideas about anything Avengers related, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.